Hi everybody, this is Beaucyful Thoughts, and welcome to yet another episode of my Beauty Diaries, which I normally record in my car because it's pretty much the only free time I have. Anyway, I just wanted to talk quickly about the industry that I'm currently in or currently going into, the music industry. I'm really excited about where the industry is at the moment, especially as compared to the way it was a couple of years back when I was still in the industry, because I sort of, if you didn't know, sort of went out and then trying to come back now. A lot of it before was quite simple. It was almost like you need to you have the talent, but then you need to get a big company or big guns or big names behind you that are going to sign you and that are going to push you as a brand. But today it's so versatile, thankfully to the internet, that has introduced a whole industry of its own, because through the net you can really create or start a career on your own independently, and just grow yourself. And the nice thing about it is, there's no borders. The world just becomes a small place, really. I interact with so many people online. A lot of them are not even in this country. Artists from other countries. We share ideas. It's really interesting. It's just made the industry more interesting, more accessible, I think. But I also think there's guidelines as to what to do and what to do and what not to do, obviously, to sort of create a proper career out of it. Because sometimes, likes and the numbers of people following you may or may not lead to sales. And that just up to you to figure it out and how you work it out. But I just feel like the industry has grown specifically because of the internet. It's just made it bigger. It's also made it easier to be an independent artist, which is what currently we're on the road. Independent in the sense that I'm not signed like under a big recording company that's pushing me, that's doing a lot of things. So a lot of the things I have to do myself. And I feel like that's really good, because this has just pushed me and any independent artist, I believe, into working on yourself. When you do a lot of this stuff yourself, you understand the industry more. I know from the back end of this industry, or my music particularly, from the beginning to the end of it. I don't have big people operating things for me on my behalf that I have no idea about. So eventually, when the time comes where I have to work with big companies or I get signed, I already feel like I have something to negotiate on, because I've already established myself as an artist. I've already established myself as a brand. I can negotiate better because I can say, hey, look, this is what I have. This is the number of followers that I have. This is the number of fans that I have. This is what I've done. This is what I've done. And I feel like the industry is that much more interesting in that sense, that you can really start a lot of the work yourself. You're not sitting and waiting to be signed. You're not sitting and waiting for some big thing to happen. You just keep the ball rolling. And I feel like that way you meet your opportunities. The industry has become really interesting. And I feel like, it's made it easier and more accessibility. We're more accessible as artists to our fans, to suppliers, to contacts, to literally anything that could make your career grow and be big. A lot of the work you can do yourself, and that's the interesting part. I'm a really big pusher of independence and doing things yourself. So for me, that's really interesting. I'm really enjoying this process because like I said, I've learned a lot from doing these things myself, from being involved, from the planning to the execution to the final performance that you would see. And I feel like, the industry has it's a nice time to be in the industry. You obviously need to know what to do. It's not easy. It hasn't made it any easier. But I think it's just made a couple of changes that, if you're wise and if you use those opportunities, in a good way, it will benefit you as an artist, but it will also grow you. So it's a good time to be alive. It's a good time to be an artist. The music industry is growing, and specifically in South African music industry, it's growing. It's amazing, guys. The amount of talent out there, the amount of musician. And again, I feel like it's because we're so exposed, and the internet has exposed us to so many people. It's so easy to find talented people everywhere, really. Like as soon as you just log on, it's just YouTube is like booming with a lot of people. So the industry in this country, I feel like, is growing. The standard of music is growing, and that's a really good thing. I think it's a really good a good time to be in the industry. Yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about. My album is still available for purchase. You can purchase it as a double platinum. Sorry. Oh, maybe we're gonna go platinum. I keep saying that. It's a double digital album. That's me and Quintessential. But you can also, if you're interested in having individual albums, just hit us up on our social media, and we'll be good to go.